Karen Wilson, we're sitting here about a week and a half before your major work of love, your annual effort, the Social Capital Conference.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about the Social Capital Conference. What is it and what's its history?
Social Capital is the brainchild of Lara Wellman, my business partner. And what she saw was that Ottawa needed a conference. We're always traveling to New York, Chicago, Toronto from Ottawa to go to big conferences. And it doesn't make any sense because we have a huge social media community that's very active right here within Ottawa. So we wanted to give them a conference that's local.
And so it's a conference that is focused primarily on social media?
It is.
And it's been going for 3 years.
We're in our third year, and every year we've sold out, and it's gotten better and better each year.
And how has it changed over time?
Oh, it's really come a long way. Our first year was, very grassroots organization, and we tried to pull it together very quickly, and it was, we had streams that were designed for particular types of users. And then last year we did that again, but we expanded the number of streams. We opened it up to about 70 more attendees. We really grew last year, and then this year we've kept it about that size. It's a nice size, and it's still intimate, and you're going to feel like you're in a small community still. But what we've done is we've gotten rid of the streams that are designed for users and done topical streams so that the content is actually geared more towards anyone. And we want to really help people take their social media to the next level.
So when you talk about the topics designed for anyone, your tracks are content, law, strategy, case studies.
That's right.
And how did you select those in 2013 as you looked at the state of social media and its adoption? How did you arrive at those?
Those are actually not the original streams we started with. Mm-hmm. The only one of those 4 streams that we started with was content. We took the speaking applications that came in and looked at them and said, you know what, the things that we were going with aren't the things that people are really interested in, and we redesigned the conference to fit. Mm-hmm. And I think it's actually really timely, especially the law and ethics, because we have had so much around photo copyright and basically images being stolen online, content being stolen online. How do you avoid getting in trouble? And there's been more and more and more stories. There was the big issue with Pinterest last year with them using images and the ownership in their terms of service. So it's a big, important topic. And case studies, we love case studies. We think that they're ideal for teaching people how to take information that one person has used in their own campaigns and apply it to your own. So it's a really useful stream. And strategy, when is that not good to hear?
So I think you've answered what would have been my next question, but I want to talk about it anyways a bit. It's that thing that, social media, which at one time was all about how do I use Twitter, how do I use Facebook, what can I do with a blog, and it's a bit like saying, how do I dial the telephone? A lot of people become bored with that type of thing. So you have totally changed the focus of social capital, less on the tools, and it seems more on the questions that people have when they are using it, about how to make the best use of it.
That's right. In fact, one of our original streams was tools. And we thought that we do get feedback every year that people want to hear more about how to use certain tools. But what we found is that when the applications came in, that really wasn't what people were wanting to hear about. So we did a new thing this year. We incorporated a workshop day. And that day is going to be, that's May 31st. That day is going to be all about learning and producing. So you spend 3 hours in a workshop and you learn from an expert on a particular subject matter like podcasting, video, webinars. Jenny Dietrich is doing webinars, and there's several other topics. We have eight workshops in all, and those are going to be our real how-to sessions. The rest of it's going to be teaching you how to apply certain concepts.
And are you finding that as many people are going, or a good portion of the people who are going to the main conference are also coming out to those applied workshops?
Yes, actually they are. It's I think the workshops, that's something we've wanted to do from day one. And this is the first year we've been able to incorporate it into the conference, and so it's an exciting move for us, because that's another way we're growing up the conference. And so it's especially Lara has wanted to be able to provide those really solid how-to sessions where people can take something away that's really actionable, and that's been great to be able to include that. And the session leaders are amazing. They're going to be so good. I'm having a hard time choosing.
Well, so you've told a story about making it successful by re-examining your going in assumptions, being prepared to make changes to the streams, adding components.
Mm-hmm.
Those are obviously good advice. If others wanted to organize something like this in their community, is there other advice you'd give them so that they could get off to a strong start and have the kind of success that you've had?
One of the things that we did from the beginning is that we sent out a survey, and it was all over social media because we wanted to interact with users. And we basically said, what do you want in a conference? So we've been listening to the users from day one. We always take a survey and we look at the results, and we take those comments to heart every year when we're planning. We take the lessons that we've learned ourselves from the people that have come to the conference, and then things that we experienced, and we just try to incorporate it and make it better each year for them.
That's a great idea, to help give people a piece of shaping the conference itself.
That's right.
And how about mistakes that you'd caution people against making?
Be careful about making too many changes at once. There are expectations that you set every year, and when you make too many changes all at once, we went to this workshop day model, and that actually raised our prices, and that I think has been a shock to a lot of people. We moved the date of the conference, raised our prices, and we added a second day, and it's been harder to sell this year because it's a challenging thing when people are used to everything being a certain way, and then it starts to shift.
Good advice. So here you are, 3 years of success. It's a huge amount of work. Why are you still doing it? What makes you get up in the morning and say, I think I'll do another Social Capital Conference?
I love the conference. I actually think that it's one of the best parts, one of the best things that I do as a professional. It's a really rewarding thing to go and spend the day learning and hear other people share their perspectives on this subject or that issue, and you get to hear and learn from them. And we want to always keep social capital set so that it's a two-way conversation in the conference, in planning the conference. We love to have that two-way conversation and make sure that it's about more than just a speaker in front of the room.
Well, one of the things that's run through this entire discussion is the participants. You've talked about surveying them, making it a conversation. So if you had a group of young first-time participants sitting in front of you as the conference organizer, what would you tell a participant that they really should be doing to get the absolute most out of a conference experience?
Oh, there's so many things. The key thing is that you get what you put into it. If you sit at the side of the room and you don't interact with other people, you may come away feeling that no one wants to talk to you, and it somehow hurts the learning process too. So even shy people, and I totally understand that because I'm shy too. But even shy people, work on coming out of your shell. Just go up to people and talk to them. Our participants are wonderful people and they love meeting new people. And even the ones that are shy, I try to go up to people that are sitting off by themselves and include them, because that's what we want. We want everybody to feel included and feel like they belong. And I think most people come away from Social Capital with very positive feelings.
Well, I sure think they do, for the people that I've heard. And it's the kind of conference that really gives back to the community. And thank you very much for doing it.
Thank you.